Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Ethereum. This is going to be a follow-up to yesterday's video, and if you haven't watched that one, I would recommend you go back and give it a watch. But basically we'll be going over some of this stuff again today, but it will give you great insight into the bigger picture that we're looking at. Okay, so for the most part, we've come up here now and we seem to be into a retracement zone where we could start to look for some rejection. And we're going to be discussing whether we think this is going to happen now or whether we think we have a little bit more of a push to the upside before this does. But before we get into that, I'd just like to say thank you for watching this video. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and why not leave us some feedback in the comment section down below. Okay, so let's get into it. So if I just jump down here onto actually I'll leave it on this 4 hourly for now. Basically the idea that we're looking for here is that we're developing into a bigger 5-wave move to the downside, and what we'd be looking for currently is the fact that we are in this teal wave 2 here. So this teal wave 2 should be made up of a 3-wave move, which a typical rejection zone for this is this 1306 to this 1246 area. We can also see that there's some consolidation that's happened in this zone, and we have had this as a previous support zone. So it is possible that we could look to retest this zone, though technically we have already retested the lower areas of this, but it is possible we could still look to push up a little bit higher before looking for that continuation to the downside. Okay, so with that said and done, let's jump into the smaller time frame so we can analyze these waves a bit more. So what we're looking at is the fact we have a 5-wave move here, followed by a 3-wave move to the downside, and then the potential that we are actually looking to form this C wave to the upside. So this C wave to the upside should take us to the area of this 1-to-1 if it plays out. That's a common zone, though it doesn't always have to travel this high, and it is possible that it could look to fall short at one of these other Fibonacci numbers, which is, but this 0.618 would be the minimum that we'd be looking at. So it is possible that we could technically have completed here, and we could actually be looking for a move to the downside now, though the current structure is looking very corrective. So it is possible that actually we are still within a move to the upside. We're going to investigate a couple of things here. So we're going to be looking at the fact that we could be in just an ABC to the upside, and potentially within this move, maybe we could have completed here, and we're going to look to break back down into this zone here, or potentially we are setting up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a bigger scale. We're going to go over both those options, but first what we're going to do is this option here. We could have technically completed this move here, and if I'll just quickly come on here, if we have completed this move here with this yellow ABC, effectively what we could have is this green A wave completed, and this would be looking for the fact that we're going to look to break down deeper. We can see here that this is the typical support zone that we have for a B wave retracement, and this comes up between this 1193 zone to this 1168 zone. Basically, this would be looking at the potential for an A, a B, and then looking for the C wave to come up at a later date. Effectively, just making this a more complex correction to the upside, and it would just be looking for this B wave down and then that C wave to the upside. Crossing below this 1150 zone would effectively invalidate these potential moves to the upside, and if we did have to break down from there, we would have to just actually take that our wave 2 has completed here, and that we're beginning our wave 3 to the downside. Though I do think there's potential for this to go a bit higher, and like we said, the typical zone that we'd look to challenge is this 1246 to this 1306 area. Though sometimes we can just fall short of these and look to fall off, so we just need to be aware. Like I said, though, currently the structure isn't indicating any kind of an impulsive structure to the downside, but we just need to be mindful that if this does start to develop and we take this low here and finally this low here at 1150, we would be potentially within this wave 3 to the downside. Okay, so if we do, however, manage to stay above this 1182 zone, there is a potential option that we could look for a breakout. And this is a little bit messy, so let me just clear some of this up. So basically what we'd be looking for is the fact that we are forming this teal wave 2 here. And this would be looking for the fact that we have this as a 1, and then we're looking for a wave 2 to the downside, which could technically be completed here. the 1-to-1 would bring us slightly lower. If I just measure this off again and just make sure, but it is possible. Yeah, so this 1-to-1 technically would take us down to this 1206 zone. So that would be an A, a B, and a C wave to the downside. That's what we would be looking for here. Is the potential that we have this as a three-wave move that's still not completed. And maybe what we would have is this is an A, B, C into here. We'd look to push up for a B wave or an X wave, and then we'd look to continue to the downside. So if we do break back below this 1210 zone, effectively what we'd be looking at to see whether we can find support here at this 1203. Yeah, this 1203, 1210 is the 50%, so it could literally look to retest this bottom and then move back up, or we could fall as deep as this 1193. The thing is, if we start to break below this, it starts becoming more likely that we're actually going to take this low here. And effectively, if we do break below this zone, I'd be more inclined to think that that we are looking for this other B wave that we had marked in green earlier for that deeper retracement, which would be looking to target out the, if I just turn the right one on again here, this 1193 to this 1168 zone. Okay, let's turn that back off. If we do manage to, however, hold this low here, and let me just change this to a red line. If we manage to hold this 1210 line, it is also possible that what we could be is within this wave 3, and we are just going to be forming a 1-2, and then we'll start to progress to the upside. So the typical, actually let me remove the sign here. The typical area that we would be looking to target out for this teal wave 3 would be this 1299 zone. This would be a typical third wave area, and then we'd be looking for a fourth and a fifth. We can see here that actually if we did make a move up towards these zones, effectively what we could do is within this fifth wave could extend slightly, or there may have been an extension slightly in this third wave, in which case we'd look to target out the typical third wave area of this 1326, which would effectively be make that the impulsive trigger of this 1-2 here, which would then make us look for this higher target area of around this 1359 to this 1337. This also then opens up the potential of trying to target out this 1394 zone, which would be looking at effectively this whole move here as a W, an X, and a Y to the upside. If that is the case, what I would be looking for then is that instead of actually this B wave being completed over here, what we would be looking at is this B wave is actually just moved up slightly, and we'd still be looking for that C wave to the downside towards that 867. It might change slightly if we just, depending on how high we break above this previous B wave, but it would still be looking for that same zone. So that's what we're looking out for with that. Effectively, we could see this break up to the break to the upside here, though we would have to stay above this 1210 initially, although breaking below it wouldn't actually invalidate this teal 5-wave move. What it would do is actually just move the it would just move this wave 2. If I can grab hold of it, there we go, move this wave 2 within this green box area somewhere else. But like we said, if we move back down below this red zone here at this 1182, then we would have to count this as a ABC completed, and we'd be looking for that B wave retracement. Okay, so I hope everyone found this video useful, and if you did, please smash that like button if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and leave us some feedback in the comment section below. Also in the description you'll find an affiliate link to BYBIT. It really is a great exchange. It's the one we use when we're doing our trading, whether that's spot trading or leverage trading. Going long or short, it really is a great exchange. It has great features within it which help promote good risk management. So we really rate that quite high. Also, in the description below, you'll find a link to our Discord. It's free to join. Join, and then once you're in the general chat area, just mention a member of staff. We'll be happy to help you out with anything that you may need. And yeah, just come have a chat with us. Okay, well, with that all said and done, I hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see each other in the next video. Until then, take care, everybody.